A man was shot to death on the job today in Hampton. It happened inside Phoebus Auction Gallery on East Mellon Street. We're told one employee was holding a gun that went off, hitting the other employee, and now police are calling this a death investigation. Reporter Meghan Puryear has the story.
I spoke with the owner of Phoebus Auction House tonight, who says it's still unclear where that gun originally came from, but it resulted in the death of one of his employees tonight.
Super distraught. Yeah, you just don't want to see stuff like this happen.
General manager of the Pint at Phoebus, Caleb DeVito, works just 3 doors down from the Phoebus Auction Gallery. DeVito was working this afternoon when he heard sirens.
So I was working at a table, noticed some blue lights, came out to the whole street filled with police.
Hampton police got a call to the gallery at 2:43 for a man with a gunshot wound, but DeVito says more cars started showing up.
Firefighters, ambulances, coroners, detectives, just a big scene. Nobody knew what was happening.
Police say when they got inside, a man was dead from a single gunshot wound.
And we found out there was an accident with a firearm. Never a good thing.
Police say one employee at the gallery was handling a gun when it went off and hit the man.
When you do have a firearm, knowledge is power. Definitely make sure it's not loaded, and even when, still, yeah, safety.
According to the Phoebus Auction Gallery's website, they auction off guns, but police have not confirmed where the gun from Tuesday's incident came from, and they are still investigating the circumstances.
Crime doesn't really happen too much in Phoebus, on this street anyway, so it was just kind of just a shock to everybody.
DeVito says the gallery owner regularly gets food from the Pint, and this hurts everyone.
It's a whole community on the street. Everybody's going door to door. You take it down to their place of business. A lot of people were just sad.
Again, this is an ongoing investigation, and as soon as we have more details on what exactly happened, we'll have them up on our website. In Phoebus, I'm Meghan Puryear, 13 News Now.